Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursday. This is your host, Brother Red Pill. Let me just get to the commercial real quick. On March 31st, which is a Wednesday, we are going to be presenting The Evolution Will Be Digitized 2021, hosted by Red Pillar. Topics discuss decentralized autonomous organizations, which are DAO, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and non-fungible tokens, aka NFTs. All right. So for my brothers and sisters out there, for my stream chasers, for my KT aliens, all of the brothers and sisters that are out there that want to learn more about this new digital ecosphere that we're in, and you want to be educated about the new paradigm that we currently exist in, I highly recommend that you tap in. We're going to go over cryptocurrencies, how they work, how they perform, how to find them and purchase them. We're also going to be talking about blockchain technology. What is the blockchain? What is a ledger? How do you access the blockchain? What functions does the blockchain enhance and permit? DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations. What are DAOs and how does DAO help? Non-fungible tokens. What are NFTs? How to collect NFTs? How to mint an NFT? This and more will be discussed in details in our upcoming workshop. So tap in and get some well-needed knowledge about the new ecosystem being created around us. All right. So the link is in the bio. The link is in the description. Feel free to tap in. Go and get your tickets. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will see all of you in class on Wednesday, March 31st, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. So yeah, that's the commercial. Peace to the family. Let's do the roll call for the family that's in the building. Roll calls in order. Yeah, shout out to everybody that got their early bird tickets. Ticket prices will be going up next week, so make sure you hop on them right now. They're only $44. All right. Love and light to the family. Let's do this roll call. Who we got in the building? Let's see who we have. We have North Carolina in the building. Always North Carolina. I love y'all, North Carolina. I promise you, man. Y'all always are there. I cannot wait to go out there. I already know it's going to be a life-changing experience when I pull up to the Carolinas. All right. Marietta in the building. Dallas, Texas in the building. San Francisco in the North Virginia. Tampa, Alaska, DC, East Lansdowne in the building, Anchorage, is that Alaska? Yeah, y'all really icy. Yeah, the DMV, Hickory, North Kakalaka, Delaware, UK in it. I see you, Los Angeles, Los Angeles. Shout out to Los Angeles, West Side, of course. You already know what it is. Shout out to all of my brothers and sisters on the West Side. You know what I mean? Y'all like to say that that's the best side. We like to say that that's the left side. But, you know, shout out to the West Coast. Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. Never been to Whitehaven. Shout out to Whitehaven. All right. Third Ward, Houston. I'm in Houston right now. What's popping? Shout out to the third, man. Shout out to the Houston. Shout out to Pop Darby. Shout out to Soul Food Vegan. Shout out to the Sister Clark. Everybody out there in Houston. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to my bros Iggy. My nigga Slice. You know what I'm saying? My bro Slice. Shout out to the brothers in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to my dude Shante. All of my Dallas family. Salute. We see you. I look forward to pulling up on y'all before this vacation is over. All right. Of course, I take Gold Water. I Try to take it every morning. Louisiana in the building. McClanta, where's that at? Oh, Maclanta. Okay, Maclanta. I like that. I like that. Maclanta. Shout out to my AT aliens in the building. All right. Salute to the AT aliens. AZ in the building, Arizona. KCMO, is that Kansas City, Missouri? Come through, AZ. I see you, AZ. Peace to the family of AZ. I see you, AZ. We see you, AZ. You did. Brockton. What's up, Brockton? What's up? Whenever I hear Brockton, I think about Brockton Turner. Mississippi, Texas. That's that borderline, right? Screwtown. Salute to Screwtown. Yeah, that dirty drink. You know what I'm talking about? Philadelphia in the building, South Central in the building, Columbus in the building, Denver in the building, Vegas in the building, Bama in the building, Houston up in this thing. Yeah, I went in. Yeah. Make sure y'all check out Black Magic 363. I'll put that in the chat. We just did a dope ass panel. Me, Professor Griff, and my good sister Vicky Dillard and brother Rich. That one is for the record books. It was a beautiful, powerful panel. Yeah, go check that out. Go check out Black Magic 363. Of course, when you finish over here, we're gonna be continuing that conversation tonight and do a few. I had a slideshow that I had a few slides. I went and pulled some receipts. So I'm gonna show a few receipts tonight. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get some receipts out there. We're gonna talk about some things. But yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, home of Tamir Rice. You feel me? Lord willing, Lord willing, if the ancestors is truly on our side, they would give they would afford the opportunity for one of us to create a community center, or I would say, to be honest with you, an incubator or an accelerator in the name of Tamir Rice. You feel me? I would say an incubator or an accelerator more than a community center in the name of Tamir Rice. And why do I say an incubator or community center? Primarily because I would prefer a new app or a new technology to come out of an incubator or an accelerator that's named after our young god Tamir Rice, because he was the youth and he represented the future. And if he was allowed to live, chances are he could have been an engineer. Chances are he could have been, you know, uh, a person who could have came up with a new invention. He could have been a coder, a programmer. You have no idea what he could have created. So to create a community center, it doesn't do enough. We need to create an incubator or an accelerator. Okay, Mrs. Poetic Just, you was in the building for Black Magic 363. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all being there tonight. Trayvon Martin was taking flight classes. So for all of the rappers and whatnot, they be hopping on these G5 jets and they be bragging about they flying there. You niggas is really paying gas. No offense. I'm just saying I could get in a jet tomorrow. It's really not that hard. You know what I mean? They got jets like Uber. When one of us decide that we want to purchase a jet, the jet should be named after Trayvon. I could see somebody like a Jay-Z or one of those people who have the means to do it, create something. It's called edifying your ancestors, because, I'm glad that, getting told on by pilots and getting blown up and whatnot. Ludacris just got his aviation license. Black men are trying to fly planes now. We had all of these black men that flew in World War One. I was on a plane with a black pilot recently. Shit, we could fly the planes, and nothing beats a black stewardess. You know what I'm talking about? There's nothing fucking with a black stewardess walking up and down the aisle. So we need some planes named after our brothers and sisters. It's called edifying our ancestors. If he wanted to be a pilot, you be a pilot in his memory. You dig what I'm saying? If he wanted to be a pilot, then 100 of us should become pilots. We should be gearing and grooming our little ones just to be pilots in his name. Fly the Trayvon Airlines or the Trayvon Jet. You know what I mean? They done raised enough money in his name. They could build a whole fucking airport. Yeah, we had the Red Tails, right? So it ain't like we can't teach each other how to fly. If somebody taught them how to fly, then somebody could teach. Then those people who got taught how to fly supposed to come back to the hood and teach us how to fly. So if they teach one of us should teach 1,000 of us, and then 1,000 of us teach 1,000,000 of us. It's called each one teach one. Unfortunately, that's not the way that it be going. It's like we learn these skills and we hoard these skills, or we go to the grave with these skills, and we're not teaching each other, or we just going to teach our family members. Like, no, we got to take what we learned. They did with us. They came and learned from us. They'll send one of them to come and learn how to play an instrument. They'll send one of them to come. They'll send one of them to come fighting style. And our feet for years and learn our sciences, and then they go back and they write a book. They quote unquote complete a course, and then they teach all of their others, and then the others go ahead and they monetize and commodify it, and they make it a business. You feel me? So I would say, before community center, let's go ahead and put an incubator and an accelerator in these young brothers' names. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he been on the jet? Yeah, well, I'm an inbox Ludacris. I don't know Ludacris. When I used to live in Atlanta and he worked at the radio station before he blew up, I had met him at the mall, but, I don't know him. But I inboxed the bro, and I'll make this suggestion. Hey, Ludy, how about Ludacris? How about we rename your jet after Trayvon? You know what I'm talking about? Because that was his shit. He wanted to be up in the air and whatnot, But like I said, an incubator is where ideas are created. Some of the family may not have ever heard of an incubator, and I'm going to put it in the chat room so you could incubator. You could go and research it, right? Accelerator. You go and read. This is a real term. These are real things. This is not me just shooting from my hip. This is something real. If you ever seen the HBO series Silicon Valley, when they was in the house creating the app and whatnot, that house was considered an incubator. You have a coder, you have a designer, you have a hacker, and I've explained this before. The negative connotation that they've given to hackers is erroneous. Okay, hacker simply means the solver problems, one who hacks a problem. Okay, if you niggas is nice with a Rubik's Cube, you're a hacker. If you blew on a Nintendo cartridge, you were hacking it. You know what I mean? If you know how to fix the cable and whatnot, you're a hacker. But if you jailbroke a Fire Stick or an iPhone, you're also a hacker. You are creating solutions out of problems. So it's not negative. And there's such a thing called white hats and black hats, right? White hats and black hats. So white hats and black hats will refer to the energy that the hacker is coming with. You dig what I'm saying? Some is malicious and some are benevolent. I'm on the side of the middle ground. You know what I'm talking about? I stand in the middle ground. I don't want to identify as either or. I'll just stand right in the middle. So shout out to my hackers out there. You said Silicon Valley is coming to the bluff. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Research and development. We need more R&D departments, right? In particular, in the hood, not in some highfalutin area. Keep in mind, the gentrifiers are hackers. The gentrifiers in your hood, most of them are hackers. So a lot of them are inside of incubator houses. When they fix up a trap house in the hood and they turned it into a four family house, and then and different white people looking like rock climbers from Oregon and whatnot, heavy metal Wiccans and shit, and they moving in 7 times or 6 times out of 10, they are in the tech industry, especially if you live in a town that has a replica of Silicon Valley. New York has something called Silicon Alley. Okay. Now, Miami is considered to be one of the newest tech hubs that have popped out. You know what I mean? So wherever you have these tech hubs, you got these Europeans. Atlanta is considered to be a mini tech hub. You got these Europeans, and they move into the hood, and they'll move into places where you could get free electricity. So you got white boys moving into the projects doing what? Mining crypto. Don't blow it up. You know what I'm talking about? Don't let nobody know what I just said. You know, they're taking advantage of free electricity because if anybody knows, electricity drains. When you're mining any type of crypto, your electric bill is going to be super duper high. So they move into depressed neighborhoods. They're able to file a grant. They're able to get a grant to move amongst the natives. You know what I mean? That grant gives them, it might pay the rent for a whole year. They're on an R&D mission. They're on research and development. Or if they work for one of these technological firms and whatnot, that's the house is a write-off. It becomes the incubator becomes the whole incubator is a write-off. We got people filing in from all over still. Texas, Austin. I see you, Austin. Yo, it's South by Southwest started, all right? Started this week. South by Southwest is popping, right? Who I'm talking about? Bessie Coleman was an early American civil aviator, first African American woman to hold a pilot license, earned her pilot license from the Federation of Aeronautique Internationale on June 15, 1921. Put her picture up on the altar. You know what I'm talking about? Put her picture up and channel her. Put her picture on a fucking t-shirt and wear that underneath, you know, your regular clothes when you go to your aviator class. Channel her. Tap into her energy. You know what I mean? Put her on the altar and bring her in. Call her in. You know what I mean? Dial her up. Be like, guide me. Look over me. You know, go and research her, especially the sisters that are out there. You know, you have a male, a black woman, and then you got the black sisters that was in NASA that taught the goddamn astronauts how to leave the Earth, if that's even true. But they were called human computers. So how the hell did we go from human computers to Cardi B? How did we go from human computers to Meg Thee Stallion? We went from human computers to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Then we went from Dr. Frances Cress Welsing to Candace Owens. How did that happen? You understand? We're looking at what is called degrading of the energies. A street is named after her. Okay, that's what's up. I hope there's not a gang named after her out there on that same street where niggas is banging in her name. Bessie Coleman is the name of the street directly to the front gate at Chicago O'Hare Airport. How convenient is that? You see how convenient that is? They're channeling her by doing that. Today is Dr. Frances Cress Welson's birthday. I don't have my sound effects, but imaginary bomb and then the air horn. You know what I mean? Insert bomb and air horn right here. We got to give it up to the elder. Take your AR into the backyard. Those of you who are legal gun owners, and let a clip go, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? In her memory. Just let one go. Just make sure you shoot in the air and make sure the bullets don't land on nobody. You know? So we went from Henrietta Lacks, right? To where we at now. You know what I mean? We went from Henrietta Lacks to Cardi B. And I'm bringing the sister's name up, right? Because she's a hero. They asked this young girl I seen for Women's History Month. They was like, yo, name the top 5 women in history. And, you know, who is your 5 heroes? She was like Cardi, Meg, Meghan Markle. You know what I'm talking about? Some other shit. I'm like, God damn. Like, all right, who's teaching these babies? The TV. And it is what it is. Like, no judgment. I'm just calling, you know, I'm speaking on things that I've noticed. I'm speaking on my observations. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, my bro posted an article about the first AI rapper, FN Mecca. Yeah. You wonder what the algorithm is. What you talking about? Welcome to the world of NFTs. Welcome to the world of, you know, yeah, we went from Henrietta Lacks to the gorilla. I appreciate that, Jefferson. Thank you for calling that one. We went from Henrietta Lacks to the Gorilla Glue Girl, right? That's where we at with it. No judgment. You know what I'm saying? You know, because women feel attacked when you start talking about other women and shit like that. But yeah, it is what it is. No judgment, though. It's just an observation. Okay? So the mother of melanin, the mother of medicine who had magical DNA, right? She got magical DNA. The hella cells, right? That are still replicating to this day, even though she's an ancestor, her cells are still alive, right? We went from that to where we at, you know? So I shade to Dr. Frances Cress Welson. She's so relevant. She's even more relevant today. Her teachings are well needed, so well needed today. Our young women, our young goddesses, right? They need to learn about our good sister. They need to have that book read to them, or they need to read that book and understand who they're dealing with and what we're dealing in and why these agendas exist and what is genetic survival and all of the things that the book entails. They need to read the ISIS papers, the Crest theory, amongst her other works. That's a fact. You know, it's to say that she's part of their top 5. Why not? You know, why not? You know, you know. So salute to her on her day. Nelly Fuller still alive, answering questions each week. Yes, he is. Shout out to Nelly Fuller, doing his things. You know, that's another thing for the brothers that are out there. You know, why our good brothers here? We talked about Nelly Fuller on the show that I just did with Rich, and we were talking about the code, the compensatory code that he put out. Are we following that code? Are we improving upon that code? Are we teaching that code to our babies? Is that code part of the homeschooling curriculum? Are we demanding that schools that have majority melanated children teach that code? I'm wondering, because Neely did the work, but it's up to the younger generation who have the foot, you know what I mean? Elders for counsel, youth for war. It's up to the young, it's up for the youth who are war ready, not war torn. They ready for the war. They out there on war. Them niggas is warlords. They're war ready. It's really on their shoulders to carry the cross and to take the information and to bring it into corridors and to bring it into the crevices of the planet that we cannot reach, or where we may not have walked and got to. It's on them to put it on their backs and carry it, because I promise you, everybody else is carrying the messages and the teachings of their elders all around the world. They're waving that flag, you know what I mean? And all Negroes do sit around and complain about how these people got one up on us. But it's like they're sticking to their code. Why are you mad? They drilling for their home team. Why are you mad? You don't understand what you're seeing? You don't know what you're seeing? You don't figure it out, but you haven't figured it out by yet? They're they're not following the Constitution. That's not their code. That's not the egregor that they're feeding. That's not their American God that they're feeding. They have a different type of God that they're feeding. And they feed that God on holidays, holy days. They feed that God like clockwork. Okay? They make sure that their gods are fed. Are you feeding your gods? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. Are you feeding your God? You know what I mean? Fuck a constitution. Nigga, does your code, you know what I'm talking about? Does your code specifically enable, and does it demand of you to identify and to feed your God? Somebody said, how? Gods like sacrifices. Gods demand, they want to be honored, right? You have to feed your gods, literally put out some water, light some candles, say their names, put their pictures up. You know what I'm talking about? Simple shit. And if they demand that you feed them some smoke, you should get into that. You should look into that. You know? You should look into that. Because you're going to look silly trying to go to war with anybody and you flying the flag of an erroneous God. You know what I'm talking about? You flying that shit is not working. You're not feeding Jesus. You think you think the entity called Jesus, you think that's your God? You think that the people who are causing strife and destroying the planet daily and pillaging all life forms, do you think that that's their God? Honestly, you think when they're in rooms, why you think that they worship in private? If they worship the same God as you, they will worship in public with you. They don't worship the same. They're crypto Jew. They're crypto Christians. Do you know what a crypto Christian? And I'm not talking about cryptocurrency. Do your research. These are crypto Christians, meaning on the surface they'll play like they belong to they'll belong to a religion. On the surface they're like, oh yeah, amen, tabernacle, yeah, all that. And then when they get behind closed doors and they put on a black robe and whatnot, it's something completely different. They're allowed to fool the foolish. They don't owe you any explanation. They don't owe you any type of loyalty. They could fool you. You feel me? They could fool you because they say that the public is foolish and they're profane and the masses are the asses. So why would I ever tell the truth? We're gonna spread chaos. We're gonna confuse these niggas. So we'll step out with wearing crosses and Jesus pieces, and we'll step out cloaked in the quote unquote garb of the church. But we never told these niggas that we were with them in the church. Never told these niggas that we believe in the same God as them. We'll even lead them into prayer. You know what I'm talking about? And when you close your eyes and you talking about Jesus, they talking about Caesar Bourgeois, you know, or Beelzebub, or one of those other names that I shouldn't even be saying out of my mouth, you know? And then behind closed doors, when nobody is looking, when the priests are snatching people's souls by buck breaking them, they're sending you up to a Roman god. They're sending you up to a Gothic god. They're sending you up. They're saying all of these different inclinations, and they're speaking in Latin and whatnot. They're not. That's not Jesus. That's not. That has nothing to do with Jesus of Nazareth, my friends. I'm sorry to inform you. There you go. Crypto Christianity is a secret practice of Christianity, usually while attempting to camouflage it as another faith or observing the rituals of another religion publicly. Okay? So some of them are crypto Jews, some of them are crypto Gothics, they're crypto Satanists, and they are acting like they're Christians, or they're acting like that they're something. I don't know, even Roman Catholics around you and whatnot. But you find yourself in a room with them niggas on some eyes wide shut type of thing, you probably never gonna leave that room. You're probably never gonna make it out that room. You're gonna see the first and the last motherfucking ceremony where they put it on, and you'll hear the name of the gods that they worship, but that's gonna be the last ceremony that you'll be in attendance to, because they're gonna be spirit cooking. They're gonna be spirit cooking, real heavy. You know, that's some of the stuff that be having dudes in Hollywood spooked out. You know what I mean? Where they come back and they're not the same anymore. And they can't even describe what it is that they saw. They can't even articulate what it is that they've observed. You know? Religious psyops. You're damn right. You're damn right. The highest form of technology. The highest form of technology. You know what I'm talking about? You know. So deist, worship of all deities. That's why I really was like, yo, understand the concept of American Gods. You don't have to watch the whole series, but if you watch the lecture that I was doing, I did about 4 or 5 of them since the series came out about 3 years ago. I've been constantly upgrading, updating the information when it comes to that, because based off of the studies that I've done and the research that I've done over the years, I feel like that series, not just that series, there's other series and whatnot, but that series comes the closest to breaking down what's going on these shores, right? With a group of peoples, because it's not just relegated to Europeans. I'm trying to explain to you. It's other deities that are over here. It's not just European gods and whatnot. There's Aboriginal, indigenous gods and spirits that have they were here already. You know what I mean? They're in the lakes. They're in Tuscaloosa. They're in the river of Tuscaloosa. You know, they're in the plains and whatnot. You know, they're in the mountains of Georgia and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? They're in the red clay in Atlanta. They're in the waters right there in Miami and whatnot. You feel me? There's these entities, right? There's these deities that foreigners or people who come from different locations, geographical locations. Let's use an example. The Germanic tribes, right? Who we call the Germans, okay? The quote unquote Irish, right? They have the leprechaun, okay? They have different type of folklore. The Germans have different type of Nordic folklore. They believe in the Nordic gods, right? The Nordic gods. They worship the Nordic gods. Odin, Thor, Loki. It's a bunch of them, okay? The Germanic tribes, they have these Gothic gods. The Russian Polacks, right? They have their own versions of gods, okay? The the English that came from the English Isles and whatnot, they have their own deities of folklore. They have their own spirit guides. They have their own entities who basically guided them all the way through their journey up into America, and they were with them in America. They practiced and worshiped them in private and in public. There are ceremonies erroneously titled holidays where they are able to celebrate and keep those deities and those entities what in power. Okay, so our people, if you know anything about the Orishas and whatnot, we were able to shout out to my sister Lizzie Jeff in the building. Make sure y'all go and support Lizzie Jeff and the movement that she got. I'm talking about with that goddess music, that good hemp and them good trees and whatnot, and everything that she's doing, right? Faustians, right? Encyclopedia of Spirits, the ultimate guide to the magic of saints, angels, fairies, demons, and ghosts. That's a good book to go and read. Go ahead and get that, right? The Mummers Parade in Philly, Germantown in Philly. They have a Germantown in Detroit, right? They got a Germantown in Detroit. You know what I'm talking about? They got Chinatowns. The Chinatown, China got their own gods. The Indians, they have their own deities or pantheons of deities. They're not dealing with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They have Ganesh. This is Ganesh right here. You see the elephant? You see the elephant? He looked like it's Buddha, but that's an elephant trunk, right? So you got Ganesh. Ganesh brings luck. You know what I'm talking about? Ganesh brings luck. Thursday, yeah, Thursday is named after Thor, right? Friday is Freya. Wednesday is named after Odin. You know what I'm talking about? These are not our gods. So why are the days of the week named after the Nordic gods? And I didn't make this up. You could go and look it up on God. Thursday is Thor. What the fuck? Nigga, what are we doing worshiping Thor? You have the Bobby Hemmett book list. Oh, do me a favor. Let me give you my email. Share with your brother. I need that. I misplaced mine. I've been looking for that for a minute. There go my email. And here goes the, share with your brother. I need that. He's at the door of your house. Exactly. Vishnu, Kali, you know what I mean? Ganesh. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of their deities. The Pagan Book of Days, a guide to the festivals, traditions, and sacred days of the year. I highly encourage you to get that book, because when you get that book, you will have an overstanding and an understanding about the days that pop up and the holidays or holy days that pop up, that they have you worshiping their gods, and their gods are able to stay in power and their gods are able to be revered, and they're feeding off of your energy. Shout out to Jason. I see you on World Star, my guy. Yeah, Odin from American Gods. When you go and look up Odin, Odin is Wednesday. That's why in American Gods he's called Mr. Wednesday. That's his alias, Mr. Wednesday, because it's named after Wednesday. Odin is a dark god. Odin is a warlord. Odin is a very negative deity. You know what I'm talking about? He is a trickster. Saturday is after Saturn. There you go. So this is not, this is that's what they say, that the truth is right in your face. It's hidden in your face. What does all of that have to do with Christianity? Not a thing. But then they will lie to you and say, yeah, Odin is a war god. So here it is, you powering up a war god. Go and look how many people die on Wednesdays. Go and look about how many people die on Saturdays, on Saturn's Day. Who is being fed? The Powerball falls on Wednesday. This is all their ritual. This is an American god ritual that these different Europeans, right? These different Europeans, these are all different tribes that are over here in America, but somehow, some way, they are in agreement to split their worshiping up of their different deities. They're working in cohesion. The tribes are working in cohesion with each other, right? To whereas they're not even going to war over, nah, you know, they like, yo, you could, you know what I mean? Like they got Roman deities being worshipped. They got Nordic deities. They got Gothic deities. They got Indian deities. They got all kind of shit being worshipped in the melting pot of America, because this is the land of all of that shit. And in American Gods, they explain and they show you that the gods that are over here is not the same gods from where they came from. Once they come to America, they're stuck in America and they have a specific power in America and they can't leave America. So Ganesh in America, Ganesha in America, this, then it would have power. The, it might be the same way with the Orishas in Cuba are than the Orishas in the Orishas in Cuba. The in the Spanish speaking countries, different energy, different power than they would homeland, which would be in Sun worship. I'm in Rock. Wednesday, niggas get bodied on Friday. Odin hung on a tree for 9 days to receive the runes. Yeah, they just killed Odin in America's last episode. You know what I mean? Them. The sound is, yeah. It's about, you know, it's about, you know, from that end, some beautiful, you know, the says the connection is unstable. I was file, and it was no boy work from American. No, the Pope in Rome. I would probably to a degree, probably, but out of that, people who they brought their gods with them. If a group of people come over here, you bring in their gods, and because they let you worship deities, and especially if European, they're not the way that the Constitution set up. It did set up to where it's for this shit is free trade. Not like we're in communist. It's not like we're in Africa. It's not like we're in India. No, you only worship the, you know what I'm saying? And we're not allowed to worship other deities. You're not the deity to our board. In America, you got church or ministry. You made the cat Jesus. You know, shut cat for the phone really. Bear with me, you know, talking that shit happens when we talk that shit. Because when I was on Brother Rich's channel, it was all, you know what I mean? It was all good. Wasn't no problem. But the minute we start talking, they want to start interfering. But I'm not gonna let that. So just giving you some information that could easily be found with a simple Google search, or you could go and buy a book on Amazon and read up on it. This is not a conspiracy, right? This is not mad deep. This is some surface shit, and it's hidden in plain sight. It's right in front of your eyes. So if you were like, "Oh, I'm a Christian. I'm in America. I'm lit." So what? You're not even your religion is not even the top religion in America. Did you know that, my nigga? You running around here talking about you all Catholic. It's not even the top religion in America. America, the people who founded America, they weren't even Christians. Low key, they weren't even Christians. So you have to. I'm not telling nobody what they have to do, but it would fair. You know, you would be. It would help. It would help. It sounds like I'm underwater. Yeah, you know, we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep moving. I can't slow down for technical boy and the difficulties that they create. I gotta keep pushing. You know what I mean? You're gonna, you're gonna hear it. It's gonna come through. Those who need to hear this shit, they're gonna hear it. Somebody said, read The Price of Tomorrow by Jeff Booth, right? That's why I love my chat. My KT aliens, y'all are very resourceful. And I'll let you know, if I never told you this, I really appreciate y'all. Y'all make all of these lives worth it, because I'm not just talking to myself. I would never want to get up here and just talk to myself. That's mental masturbation. You know what I'm talking about? I would love to have a conversation with the congregation so we could figure these things out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm good at that. All right, cool. We made it through the choppy weather. You niggas ever been on a plane and that shit starts shaking and whatnot? And then it's smooth sailing? Well, that's what that was. We was going through some choppy clouds, but we here now, right? You know, just put your seatbelt on. You know what I mean? put a cap on the water, close your laptop, my niggas, and we go through the choppy weather, and then we'll be okay. I've been on planes before where I was like, Jesus. You know what I'm talking about? Jesus. It's over. I was calling on, remember Red Fox? What's her name? What's her name that he be calling? Esther. Is it no? Aunt Esther is the one who be that's the auntie. That's the auntie. Elizabeth. I'll be on the plane like Elizabeth. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? You know. I'm not the biggest airplane fan. You know what I'm saying? Shit. For all you niggas that be paying all of that money for drip and Nikes and whatnot, they need to come out with some parachute drip. They need to come out with an outfit that turns into a parachute. I would fly a lot. I would fly more comfortable if I had some drip that turns into a parachute in case something happens. Because when we be on a plane, they be showing you to blow up shit. They be like, yo, if we have to land in the water, you have to blow this thing up. I'm like, nigga, I saw the movie. We talk about you gonna land on the water? Like what, nigga? You niggas is not what's the nigga who landed the plane in New York? Y'all don't got skills like that. That shit going in the water, and I don't like swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. I need a parachute, bro. I will hop out the door if shit start getting funny. You know what I mean? I be looking at them skydiving videos on YouTube. That shit looks fun. You know what I'm confident in skydiving. I'll just get off the plane and skydive my ass somewhere, and and just land and walk to where I gotta go. You know. So you know, once again, do the research on the American gods. Coming down looking like Eddie Griffin. I might come down looking like what's my nigga? What's the old head who played God before? Morgan Freeman. My hair might turn completely white on the way down, my nigga. I might come out that bitch. You know you age a lot when you jump out of a plane. I might come out that motherfucker looking like Morgan Freeman. All of that stress. You never know. You know? Shit. I do not wish for that. You know what I'm saying? I do not wish for that. That's why the brothers who was in World War II and one flying them the red tails and all that, kudos to those people, man. God damn it. They was getting shot out of shit. Like these niggas was, man. I go through one bumpy cloud, I'm ready to have a heart attack. These niggas was doing full fire flights with the Germans and shit. Wow, mad high above the sky. Like that takes a lot of testicular fortitude. I give them their props, bro. That's not for everybody. So back to the initial conversation. Earlier today, I was on Black Magic 363, and we were having a conversation, and it was a continuance. If anybody was here for Melanin Monday, y'all was in the building and whatnot. You know that I started a conversation where I highlighted the fact that Tamir Rice's mother was calling out what she identified as the clout chasers, right? She identified the clout chasers. She was calling out Sean King, right? Tamika Mallory, right? Auntie. She was calling out my son. I don't know if she said my son, but he's with the gang, right? He's part of that whole group. What's the girl from Love and Hip Hop who be selling hair products? Yandy. Yeah, Charlemagne, Yandy, Amanda Seales. You know, it's one whole Breakfast Club of them. She was calling out Lee, what's his name? Lee Merritt, Esquire. She was calling out Benjamin Crump Music, right? She was like, these niggas is ambulance chasers, and they invoking my son's name, and that's blasphemy. So she was like, as a mother that's grieving her son, had to bury her son, right? She was like, I'm not having that. You know what I mean? She was like, I'm not having that. You know, and she said, I'm gonna be vocal about it. I'm not gonna suffer in silence. She don't know who she who's going to react to her pain, because ever so often it's not popular to call out the popular kids at the lunch table, right? And right now, with the woke movement, with the woke frontline, those are the popular kids at the lunch table. You know, they got new, you know what I mean? They got the niggas got new Louis Vuitton. They got Christian Dior head to toe. You know, the woke niggas is paid. You know what I'm talking about? The woke niggas got, they pulling up in Beamers and Benzes, Range Rover trucks, Rolls Royce trucks and whatnot. They real clean Birkin bags. You know, Yandy got the gold, everybody got blonde wigs. Um, you know, niggas got the Balenciaga socks. Everybody's fly. You know, they got mad designer and whatnot. They dripping. So they're like the cool kids. You know what I mean? They're the table next to the other cool niggas. The other cool niggas is Quavo, you know, the rappers, all of the trap rappers with Jay-Z sitting at the head of the table. You know what I mean? John Legend is at that table. You know, Oprah is at the bigger table. Oprah is serving the food. Oprah is the lady in the lunch room giving you extras and whatnot. Cause she's giving niggas extra money. She got the bag. Beyonce, she's at the head of the table. You know, her and Solange. Her and Solange. Right? So the cool kids, Amanda Seal, Charlemagne, you know what I mean? All of the woke niggas, you know, their aim is to sit at the table eventually with Beyonce one day. You know what I mean? Sean King, you know, he's at the other table, but they let him sit at that table sometimes. So the mother, she went out on a limb, right? Look at what happened. Somebody picked up Yandy in Atlanta and drove her to another county, and she didn't leave a tip, right? How you a woke millionaire and you didn't leave a tip? You know what I'm talking about? Is B the host or is she? You know what I'm talking about? B is at a table with Blue Ivy and Jay. You know what I mean? Kim Kardashian. That's like the creme de la creme of the woke niggas. You can't sit with us. You know what I'm talking about? You can't sit with us. So all of these niggas is trying to sit with them. If they could score a picture with Jay-Z, that's, you know what's kind of social credit that is, my niggas? You know how your DMs is gonna look the next day? Right? So the mother was like, fuck that. I'ma say something unpopular. Cause right now it's popular to ride the woke train. She was like, fuck y'all. Y'all ambulance chasers, you know, y'all not good for the people. Y'all, you know, this and this and that. I'm gonna read the official statement. And disclaimer, you know, I'm not trying to start no type of trouble. What I'm doing is I'm speaking for the voiceless, because she don't have no voice. You know what I mean? She don't have no voice. She don't have black media speaking for her. The radio stations, they out here doing jokes, and they just doing stupidness, and you know they're just clout chasing the drill rappers and stuff like that, and young trappers and Meg the Stallion, and they don't really care about nothing. So she's not gonna receive her. She's not gonna receive any type of support from those people. She's gonna receive the support from the ground, from brothers such as myself, who I don't have an agenda. And I don't give a fuck if one of these people are following me. I don't care if I've ever spoken to one of them. None of that means anything to me at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, from the observation of where I stand, I see something that has me like, nah, that shit don't look right. there's something fishy going on. BLM and all of them. Nah, it's too many discrepancies. It's too much, you know, I gotta call it out. You know what I mean? It's not, nah, fuck that. I mean, how many times are we gonna just let this shit carry on and nobody is gonna say anything and use their common sense at the end of the day? Like, this is common sense. They don't raise $90 million, and anywhere that you go, name one place where something has been built or erected or even refurbished that could benefit the collective. Where's the incubators? Where's the accelerators? Where's the centers? Where are the ranges? Where's the shooting galleries? Where's the shooting range? Where's the gun store? I said on Brother Richard's channel, my bro Derek Grace, right? My bro Derek Grace, who live in Tampa, Florida, who got tattoos all over his face. How he opened up a gun store before Black Lives Matter or any of these woke niggas? He not even in that type of movement. He's about his family and his finances. How he opened up a gun store in Tampa. How he opened up a gun store before Black Lives Matter. How is he out here providing weapons to our people? He's not a consumer. Now he's behind a counter. How is he? He's just one man, right? He's just one man with a whole family. He was going through custody battles. He got hit with the coronavirus. He's been through a lot of stuff. How is this one man and his team able to create a whole gun store where they selling hammers, registered weapons to black people in Florida? And none of these other people, none of them, they might show pictures where they're in the gun range. Oh, look at me shooting. None of them have even did something simple like that. Like that. And that's just one step. But the brothers and sisters, black Americans, are under a terroristic threat. The FBI has called it out. The Justice Department has called it out. Ray Charles could see it, that we are in danger of being ran down upon by a very egregious and hostile group of individuals, right, of Caucasian descent from the Caucasus Mountains, who have different entities and deities that they pray to and worship. These are Gothic gods. These are Nordic gods, which are Vikings, right? The Germanic tribes. These people have not gotten over what happened in Europe during the Dark Ages that the Moors put on their people, and they're still attempting to fight the Crusades, and they're still attempting to carry out the Inquisition, and they're still attempting to slaughter the descendants. They say that you're going to pay for the motherfucking sins of your fathers. That's what they on. That's what they on. So if we living behind enemy lines where these people will not give us our land back, they will not give us our resources back, they will not acknowledge us as even being indigenous or aboriginal or autonomous. You don't know, they won't even identify us as a nationality. They won't even, you gotta fight them tooth and nail behind closed doors. They won't let you fight them in public. If you're trying to get your nationality, if you're trying to fight them in a court of law, they're going to fight you in private. You can't, other people can't be in the courtroom. They're going to lock everyone out and they'll go to war with you. They'll play chess with you on 3 different levels, but not in the public, only in the private. So we got these entities, we got these deities, we got these people who are being controlled by an egregor and by a deity. They have a bloodlust to put our souls in mason jars. And you niggas are meaning to tell me that you can't even give our people a gun store? You can't sell us bullets, my niggas? You can't open up a fucking range? With all of the donations that you receive? That shit never clicked, even after you saw the demonstration from InFact, right? What's that stand for? InFact. Not fucking around crew or something, or coalition, even after you saw their demonstration, the woke people, you can't replicate that. You can't have a woke militia. You can't say, "Oh, all of those brothers, look at what they did. They didn't get locked up. They didn't rile them up. They didn't wild them up. They wasn't intimidating those people the same way that they was intimidating non-armed black people with picket signs, niggas wearing poom poom shorts. You know what I mean? They was throwing them niggas around, tasering them, gas. They was tear gassing them. But when it came to the people who popped up with the fucking AR-15s, all dressed in black, they didn't get intimidated. They wasn't treating them like that. Nigga, that's a victory. A small one, that is. So when I see that, I'm like, yo, that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? How much do you love me? Niggas talk about we love our people. Well, how much, nigga? Because I need help. I need to be protected. You know what I'm talking about? I need protect. Them niggas don't even walking around with protection. The whole woke gallery, you don't see them. They got one security guard. They not even protected. They don't even want the smoke. They don't even want to. They don't even want to acknowledge. They living in a non-smoking world. You know what I'm talking about? They living in a non-smoking world. They don't even talk smoke. They just talk pain. They just talk suffrage. They just talk victimhood. And then when they get behind closed doors with them Europeans, them niggas talk. You know what I mean? They talk like they step and fetch it. You know what I mean? They talk like the hell. They talk like the hell. Controlled opposition. If you study warfare, if you study Machiavelli, if you study the art of war, even if you study the 48 laws of power, it all speaks to that in these studies. If you are any type of general mind, if you have any type of mind of a general, if you are any type of strategist when it comes to the chessboard of life, you're like, oh shit, I've seen that before. I've seen that before. I know what that is. This is control ops. This is a psychological operation. These people are controlled opposition, meaning that these niggas are really trying to get us, not even trying to get a seat at the table. They've been granted a seat at the table. Their handlers, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Angela Davis, and a few other people, they have been compromised centuries ago. Eons, decades, years ago. They've been compromised. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't hard to tell. This is not rocket science. Goldman Sachs is giving $10 billion to black women to start businesses. Yeah. Yeah. I might go polygamous now. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get about 6 wives so we could go or we get some Goldman Sachs checks. Woke capitalism. Go and look it up. The companies are mandated, right? Ever since 2017 or 18, corporate America is mandated to cut a check to you niggas. Corporate America is mandated to suck up to you niggas. Corporate America has been mandated. Go and look it up. I'm not making this up. On God. Corporate America has been mandated to coddle you and to emotionally stroke your egos and make you feel like, you know, they're here to help you. You know what I mean? We're gonna give you some we're gonna make your ancestors proud. Right? That's what they there for. So then people is like, the war is over, you know. And then when they see things like that, they like, yo, maybe corporate America is not that bad. Maybe I don't need to be marching with our people. Maybe I don't need to be making too much noise. Sister, go in when you finish this show, Go and research Know the Ledge Media. Might is right. I did a wonderful dissertation on Might is Right. Ragnar Redbeard. I broke that down. I think it was 2 years ago. I did like 3 episodes on that. It's in the archives. Go and pull up Might is Right, because that's exactly what you're seeing. That was the U.S. Capitol insurgency. That was Might is Right. That was the Turner Diaries, the Day of the Rope. That was January 6th. In the flesh, they brought it to life. You know what I'm talking about? They brought it to life. That's what you saw. Downtown Minneapolis looks like the Thunderdome. Yeah, because, they're about to do the George Floyd ritual all over again. While niggas got their stimmies and whatnot, and people's minds are somewhere else, they're gonna reenact the psyops by letting the officers walk or convicting them of something minute, and then they're going to utilize that energy once again to emotionally invoke our people to put themselves in danger and to emit all of this energy that they feed off of. You know what I mean? And then they utilize chess moves to further ingrain their operatives and their quote unquote their employees deeper into these organizations, deeper into the minds and hearts of the masses. Because remember, they're not trying to convince me and you about nothing. They're trying to get our family members, the ones who was out here thinking about taking the vax. They're trying to get at the family members who worked a 9 to 5. They're trying to get at the family members who just want to get along. That's who they're trying to. The same way with the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement, while the civil rights movement was talking to the masses, the armed motherfucking resistance and the militants was speaking to the creme de la creme of our community, the black intellects, like Ross Baraka, Amiri Baraka and all of them, not Ross Baraka, coming all them conscious movement back in the days. They wasn't fucking with that shit niggas in the civil rights movement. Those was the woke niggas back in the days. Understand what I'm trying to explain to you? That was the woke movement of back in the, and they was all compromised. And like you see, like they show you, the dude that was marching with MLK was LBGT. He was already compromised because they had him broken and whatnot. So they was pulling strings with him. What's the other dude? Who was James Baldwin? A whole bunch of them who were basically already buck broken, and they had those people under their wings. Okay, and then they had black politicians that was willing to sell us out. But then, like I said, the true conscious movement, like there's a conscious movement today that was considered to be underground. And a lot of people don't know these names because the media won't say their names. Even these woke civil rights elders will never evoke their names. They act like they don't exist. Those people are considered what you know as what? Political prisoners, right? Third Eye Thursday, number 30. Go and look it up. Might is Right, Art of Black Warfare. If somebody could count up all of my Third Eye Thursday episodes and give me the update to both Melanin Monday and Third Eye Thursday, I got a free face roller for you. You know what I'm saying? I got a free face roller for you. That's somebody out there homework. People got time on their hands in these streets. You know what I'm talking about? For any of my KT aliens, if you want to do that, if you want to count, because I used to number the episodes and I stopped numbering them, but it's time to number them again for archival reasons. If you could update it to where we are to this episode, not right now, get at me in my email. I got something to reward for you. There goes my email right there. Okay? So, like I said, if you ask your peoples, like your parents, if you ask your peoples about that movement, they would explain to you that there were three movements going on at once. There was the anti-war movement. There was the militant black movement where niggas was picking up them hammers and knocking shit over. BLA, Black Liberation Army. You know what I'm talking about? And then there was the people who was letting white people style on them, spit on them, smack them, kick them, rape them, drag them, snuff them, open hand, backhand. You know, they was letting their children kick on them, and they wasn't doing nothing. They wasn't doing nothing. They was like, you know what? Let's just make sure we catch this on film. Who? That's what Black Lives Matter was about. With D-Ray with the broken wrist. As long as I get locked up, like as long as like my son, he's like, yo, I'm about to get locked up. He goes live. Yo, I'm about to get locked up. Y'all make sure to hold it down for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when I'm coming back. That nigga came back like 2 hours later. He got bailed out. Like, what are you doing, bro? You just doing that for the cameras? You want us to see you get locked up? What is that supposed to change? Like, what does that help? What are you doing? Is that is that the new revolution? You niggas getting locked up on film? Real gangsters don't get locked up with their camera in their hand. Melanin Monday 140 was the last. Yeah, well, it should be easy to add it up then. You know what I mean? It should be easy to add it up. You know what I'm talking about? They got jumped in. What? If you got CMOS on deck, hit my email and do the commercial. Hit my go do the commercial. Be a sponsor. Be an advertiser with us. You know what I mean? I do a flyer and I put you on the front of the show. I got you. Do a flyer for your CMOS and be a part of the advertisement cycle. You know what I'm talking about? You're good. I will promote you. I want you to win. You know what I'm talking about? I want you to win. I don't have any thoughts on Grandmaster Jay. I don't really, to be honest with you. I'm glad that the brother had his cases dismissed. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. You know, what I would love to see is for the brothers who are in the militias to go into the hood and to stop these brothers from killing each other and whatnot wholesale, probably in the same hoods that the people live in. You know what I mean? The same hoods, Kentucky, they out there drilling heavy. Atlanta, I don't even got to tell you what's going on out there. They out there knocking each other's beatbox. What's the little nigga? Knock his head off. Well, they knocking niggas' dreads off everywhere. They knocking niggas' dreads off everywhere. So I would want the militia to go stop and be a presence like the Nation of Islam and other groups were back in the days. They didn't have weapons and whatnot. I would ask them to go and be a fucking step in between that shit. Step in between that shit. Cause niggas getting their heads knocked off. Left and right. You know? What I think about the Grammys, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. 90 young bulls in Philly since January. Yeah. It's a war going on outside. And all of them got ops. They all drilling. Where does that come from? Were they doing that last year at the same time? I don't remember that. Yeah, Dapper Dan fucked around and took their vax. Gotta go talk to that man. That's the big homie too. I gotta go have a word with him. But at this point, what can I say? There's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? He already did it. You know? He already did it. You know? I saw that video too. That was painful. I seen a video with Dapper Dan getting a shot. That was painful. It's like, what the fuck? It hurt me to see that. I don't know why, but it hurt. Somebody sound like Easy E. What if they brought back the Jerry curl, my nigga? Yeah, I heard about Honeycomb Breezy's grand. Yeah, they killed them in the crib. Niggas from Alabama told me that they be drilling out there. 5 niggas died a week out there. I'm in Texas right now. They out here killing. Somebody die every day out here in Texas, in Houston and Dallas, and Dallas Fort Worth. They out here wilding. Somebody die every day out here. Atlanta, somebody dying every day. The shit in Brooklyn done slowed down a little bit now that Bobby and them is home. The murders and whatnot and the shootings in Brooklyn kind of slowed down, but the summer is spring is right around the corner. Them niggas, they hibernate in the winter. They don't do that much killing in the winter, but spring is around the corner. They about to turn up. Did Dick Gregory prove that the drive-bys was being done? Cause the niggas, I'm in the streets. A lot of those bodies is counted for. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know about niggas is not walking around saying, yo, my homie got killed by somebody that we don't know. That nobody is saying, yo, son got hit by an unknown source. No, if y'all know anything about the drill movement, when a nigga get hit, whoever hit him is online saying we hit that. They smoking that nigga in the blunt. You want to get into the biggest crypto? Just hit me up, man. It ain't that hard. Let me see. I put my reference code in the chat. Let me put it in the chat real quick. I'm gonna read off the all of my cash apps in a minute. Give me a minute. Let me just get this for the family. I'm gonna help y'all out with the crypto right now. Voila, magic. Sign up under me, and let's get this money. We getting big money in that group too. Shout out to Iggy. I hope to see them in Dallas. I need to go see the bros before I leave so we could do a commercial and a live and whatnot. But it's hard to, time is just flying. You know how that goes. But shout out to all of them. Shout out to Iggy. Shout out to Slice, J Crypto. You know what I mean? Very proud of them. Here we go. Go ahead and I posted it. All you gotta do is copy that. All right, it's right here. Boom. All you gotta do is copy that. Yeah, that red coin is coming. Yeah, I heard about ADA going to Coinbase Pro. Yeah, I'm checking them out. Yeah. Grab that. I'm saying it's so much shit going on. By the time the 31st come here where we do our workshop, it's gonna be a whole bunch of coins already skyrocketing. Don't wait. You know what I mean? Don't wait till the 31st to get busy. Get busy now because the stimmies are here. The shit is going brazy from today up until the 31st. You're gonna see coins take off. They're gonna be taking off. Somebody said I look like Crisscross. Yeah, somebody's gonna break the internet with an NFT porn. That's a fact. They're gonna break the internet with the NFT porn. I think Cardi B might be the first one to put out an NFT porn clip. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put out an NFT, you don't have to worry about people making copies, and I mean you might gotta worry about that, but it's easier to have a cease and desist on some shit like that because it's owned. It's not like a public video. It's owned. You can get it taken down. So, it's coming. Literally. No, no pun intended. They got Bitcoin kiosks in the hood. Yeah. How you think the hood got rich over the years? Niggas, they had kiosk in the hood for years. They was doing that. The scammers was using the Bitcoin machines back in the days. Come on now. You know that. Let's not be silly about it. You know what I mean? The hood been on Bitcoins because that was how the scammers was eating. Credit cards and all of that. They've been doing that. So yeah, the public is late, but the underworld been on. You got millionaires out there. They don't got to scam no more. Niggas got wallets full of Bitcoins based off of the transactions that they was doing. That's why the government is mad. Because they got millionaires being created out of the fucking sky, out of just like this, that didn't, and they part of the underworld. So the government is mad. That's why they talk shit all of those years. That's not the only reason, but they want to regulate. They want regulation. So they'll never get behind it until they have some type of control. They're never going to talk. Would you talk positive about your ops? Would you talk positive about your ops? Yeah, they got ATM, real ATM. Go and look it up. They was in the Bronx for years. They was in the Bronx on 183rd. I used to live on 138th. Right there on the 2 train. I used to live right there on Grand Concourse. Me and my shorty, my ex. And they had the ATMs right in the bodega. I didn't know how to use them at first. Then I found out how to use them. They had it right there in Harlem on 124th and Frederick Douglass. No, 126. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Silk Road Black Budget was CIA on the low. No face, no. Well, if that was CIA on the low, niggas was buying rocket launchers on that shit. Niggas was buying bricks, pounds, pills, all kind of stuff. I don't know how CIA that was because they was selling it to them. But yeah, I guess that's how they was cleaning. That's how they was getting their bread and whatnot and cleaning their pockets because if that was what it was, then the CIA, if Bitcoin is at 60,000 and the CIA would, you know how much coins they took from the owner of the Silk Road? I'm going to talk about all of that in the workshop. I'm going to give the history. Let me pull this up again. Y'all be in the building on the 31st and get a history lesson and get a better understanding of this fucking market. So this is not just, we just can't think about crypto as, oh, this is easy money. I missed out, or it has a history to it. It has a functionality to it. It has a future to it, and it has a presence to it. This shit is different. This is really a new world order, and not in a scary way. It's just different. It's different. It's almost like you might have to take some shrooms, something that can help you think deeper. Because if you could really sit back and really take deep thought into what's going on, you would be like, God damn, we in an interesting day and time. We in an interesting day and time. Go to your Eventbrite, King, and put this as the abbreviation. The evolution will be digitized 21. TEWB D1 20. That's a better way to find it, like the initials. Or you could click on the description box right there, right under you. The description box actually has the actual link that you could click on and go purchase your ticket right now. And this is an early bird price. It's finna go up by next week because you only got 2 weeks. You know what I mean? You only got 2 weeks. There goes the link right there. How do you do Bitcoin from Cash App? That's the easiest way. Go in your Bitcoin right now. Discord, that's a whole nother thing. Some ATMs offer bi-directional functionality, enable both the purchase of Bitcoin and the sale of Bitcoin for cash. Yes. Yes. Well, yes, it is. Thank you, little goddess. You getting busy today. I like that. I might make you my moderator if you want to get down with the team. A Bitcoin ATM is a kiosk that allows a person to purchase Bitcoin by using cash or debit card. It's right in your hoods. Put some of that stimmy towards the Bitcoin. It's going to grow. I mean, the shit is growing so fast that if you put it on it, if you put the stimmy on it, it's going to shoot up. So let's say that you put 5 racks. Let's say, all right, 1,400 on it. By next week, it's guaranteed to be to 2,000. Just take that out if you want to do small flips. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna do a flip guaranteed because everybody's buying is gonna buy into it when the stimmy hits. It's gonna go all the way up. So it's almost like if you could hold your stimmy and it don't burn a hole in your pocket, and you could say, you know what, I'm gonna get the stimmy on Monday and I'm gonna pull that shit out on Friday. I go to Cash App, I scroll right in. Hold on, let me show you. I scroll right over to the section that says Bitcoin, and I go and buy my coins. Let me show you. This is the Cash App, and it's a section that say Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin room. It's right there. See the Cash App, right? And then there it goes, say Bitcoin. And you have a limit. They're only allowing you to buy. There's a limit every week. You could buy 10,000 per week, 10,000 worth per week, and you could withdraw 2,000 per day, or 2,000 or 5,000 per week. They have a limit on it. You know what I'm saying? You see the withdrawal and the deposit? Yeah. And you could convert Bitcoin into other tokens. Yes, yes. And definitely, we're going to talk about staking we're going to deal with all of the staking and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, take them keys. Yeah. If you're holding on to MAG, and we'll talk about that as well. If you're holding on to MAG, yeah, Bitcoin Cash App is not never yours though. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest getting the whole coin out of Cash App. Use it for the flip. Use it for the flip. If you can hold it, hold it. If you can hold it, hold it. But if you want to just do a quick flip, you can do that too. You can do that too. Cash App lets you transfer to a different wallet if you want to. Let me see. Yeah, they got linked accounts. You can enable on-chain transactions. I got a few dollars. I don't got that much in my Cash App for Bitcoins. You know what I mean? I got a few dollars. My shit is growing though. Shit. It's definitely not what it started as. So shout out to Julia Wright. I appreciate you, Julia. Shout out to Derek. I appreciate you, Derek. Alexandro, I really appreciate you. Jermaine, Joseph, Destiny, I appreciate you. Jared, Shantae, Kenyatta, Sierra. Woo, Sierra. You're treating me like I'm Russell Wilson. That was nice. I appreciate that. All of you Cash Appers, you know, to be loved. To be loved. Yo, I saw Coming to America. Why y'all trash that movie like that? That shit wasn't that bad. What you talking about? I'd seen Coming to America. It wasn't that bad. What y'all was looking at? That shit wasn't that bad on today's standards of movies. You can't judge it by the original because they don't make movies like that anymore. It wasn't that bad on 2021 Netflix and Amazon Prime home movie standards. No, it was not. Like, you niggas is acting like you just saw The Godfather, the first Godfather, or you know what I mean? I mean, what the fuck? What were we looking for? It was based on original standards. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was corny to you. Okay. The best scene was the funeral. That nigga was like, I'm gonna die right now. You know? Oh, you in Jamaica? You're getting a sign up error? Yeah, you in Jamaica. It might be a little bit different when you in Jamaica. Hit me up on an email, King. I might be able to help you out. You know what I'm saying? I get one of my crypto experts to get him a McFlurby. Yeah, that was funny. Like, because they had like watch parties and shit like that. If I saw with a watch party, I wouldn't have been all pooped out. I would have. I think I would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it. Somebody said that they in Jamaica and it works. So, can you help Uncharted Media Group? Is you in Jamaica, Queens? Queens? Or are you in Jamaica? Yo, get this man a Moses, send me your cash app. Send me your cash app, Moses. I'm finna bless you. That nigga said he just canceled his Becky. Yo, salute to the God. Is there anybody out there that's willing to help this man? Any sisters out there that's willing to bring that man back in? We gotta quarantine him for about a year, and then we could bring him back into the fold. Is there anybody out there that's willing to work with my dude Moses? He just canceled his Becky. Salute, King. I wish I had my bombs and shit. If I had my air horn, I would have saluted you. He said that he literally just blessed me. Fuck that. I'm sending it back, Moses. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bless you. Pause. I'm gonna send it right back to you, King. Fuck that. You did something honorable. You got rid of your Becky. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna cap. I'm sending that back for getting rid of Becky. I'm gonna show it to the people so you niggas don't think that I'm cap. There you go. Matter of fact, my nigga, I'm sending you $11. You a legend. Look, it went out. It went out. Yo, you know what I'm talking about? You a legend. You know what I'm talking about? You a legend. Sisters, who gonna smudge this man? Who gonna smudge this man and give him royal baths? He's taking one step towards us. You know what I mean? This ain't like Stacey Dash trying to come back home. This is different. Little Goddess said that you cooties, but nah, fuck that. Nah, we're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna, yeah. Salute, Moses. Nah, he's not gonna get another one. He's part of the KT aliens. He got rid of her for a reason. You should have held on to the STEMI hit, but that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? You good. Yeah, put his ass on hot sea moss and put him on hot coals. You know, wrap his ass in a hot blanket for about a week. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Somebody send him some send him some Umar, send him a Umar care package. We're gonna send you a Umar subscription box, and then we're gonna put you on a Kevin. What's his name? Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Samuels. Yeah, Kanye definitely started a revolution. All y'all should move to Wisconsin on his land and just get out of all of those situations. You know what I'm talking about? Stacey Dash said that she's willing to start dating black men. Maybe she could hook up with you, Moses. Are you on Tinder? Bathe them in gold water. You got a whole tub of gold water. Yeah, just the visuals is crazy. Now y'all want to know? Y'all want to know if she was a fat baggy? Stop that. Yeah, you need some Palo Santos. I'm fucking with you, Moses. You gang, man. I'm not mad at you, King. You gang. Y'all talk about. Yeah, somebody want to know, did you at least get the PS5 or the Travis Scott Nikes? One of those. Did you get something out of the deal? How was your Yeezy collection? You know what I'm talking about? Because my son got the PS5. That shit is not that exciting. We was going out doing all of that for I don't know what. I asked my son, I said, what games do you play? This nigga said Fortnite and Madden. I'm like, we went through all of that so you could play Fortnite? Like, where's PS5? Where's your games at? These niggas done paid $1,000 for the goddamn platform, and they don't got no games. Like, what's the defining game that y'all was going super? I'm not a gamer like that. You know what I mean? I'm in the virtual space now. I'm in the virtual space. What did y'all go through all of that for? What, you don't even have a game. You know what I mean? Little God has said that you out of the sunken place. You know? Moses is gangster in the hood. We gotta watch out. Moses is gangster. So let's get to the conversation at hand, because I want to wrap this. I want to get this information out. I want to put it on record. See how they was playing around with the Wi-Fi. I can't afford anything to happen where we don't get the information out. So yeah, bro. Let me see. I just put together a little something. I did a quick deep dive on the good brother. What's his name? I did a deep dive on Benjamin Crump and the gang. And these are some interesting characters, you know? And I would love for us to be educated about this brother. And I use that word loosely. I use that term loosely because not to say that he's not a bruh, but all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Especially when these niggas got agendas. So let's go. The cops that murdered a 1-year-old in Houston. When? I'm in Houston. I didn't hear. I'm in Houston. I ain't see that on the TV. What happened in Houston with a 1-year-old? Yeah, there's. You didn't know about? Yeah, there's crypto games that pay you in crypto to play. Come on, Bashira. Come and sign up to the biggest crypto play ever, man. I got you. I'll walk you through it. I'll put you on the team. You know what I'm talking about? I'll put you on the team, bro. Come and rock with us. This is like grown-up Roblox. You know what I'm saying? This is Roblox for grown-ups to get money. Yeah, my peoples is really getting to the bag on that. I promise you. Sorry, let's see. Got a lot of stuff on my screen. Give me a minute. All right. Y'all see that, right? Let me see. Let me pull up my team. I don't see no cash apps coming in. Is that frozen? We'll find out. All right, give me 1 minute. I'm looking at my phone to see if the screen has pulled up. As soon as I see it, I'll start going into the lesson at hand. If you live in Canada, can you sign up? Yeah, you can sign up. Yeah, you can sign up. I don't think Canada is blocking you, but you might want to utilize VPNs, things like that, my friend. Hold on. It's not working. Hold on. Stop sharing. Okay. Give me 1 minute again. Let me see something. Do I accept PayPal? Yeah, I do. I do. That's for the out of towners, right? They didn't give you our Cash App yet? That's sinister. Who's behind that? Who is behind that? That's not right. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. PayPal. Give me a minute. I'll give you my PayPal in 1 minute. Let me just get this thing right here going. All right. Of course, y'all know about the upcoming lecture. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. My Cash App is scrolling on the ticker underneath. You see the ticker? It says Cash App Phil Moreland. That's it right there. All right. Boom. So the evolution will be digitized. Oh, let me take this email shit off. Hold on. Evolution will be digitized. That is going to be at the end of the month on the 31st. Hold on. This is way too much. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. Give me 1 minute. I'll give you the PayPal in a minute. All right. So this brother right here is called Lee Esquire, right? This man right here goes by the name of Lee Esquire. No, Lee Merritt Esquire, right? He is on the list of clout chasers that the mother called out, right? Hold on. Earth Butter Organics. Right? And they got this brother pinned to be like, I'm gonna show you some shit. Like they got him as top. They got the ten most influential black people in America, and they got homie on the list. And I'm not saying that he don't deserve to be on a list, right? I'm not out here telling no mind what type of, but I'm like, from where? You know, here he goes with Oprah. He's with Sharpton. You know what I mean? He's with a few other people. But when I look into his records, because we all got our records and whatnot, and when you want to do the research on somebody, you're like, oh, let me see his accomplishments. I'm sure he sent a bunch of people to jail. I'm sure that he done got justice for a bunch of our people, and he's probably one of the brothers who helped convict actual police and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because if he's getting that type of press, you know, if they got him as the new leader in fighting racial justice, and he's in the route that he's number 8 on the Route 100, then I know that he done put in some work. So here's where we introduce this. This is where we get introduced to Lee Merritt. On August 12th, 2017, DeAndre Harris was beaten in a parking garage by 6 men following the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. Merritt served as Harris's attorney in the case. So Merritt, right, basically cut his teeth with he cut his teeth with the Jordan Edwards case. Okay, so he did get a copper convicted, right? I remember that the cop did go to jail for shooting Jordan Edwards. No, it wasn't a cop. Oh, it was a cop. No, that's a different case. I was thinking about the case of the young boy who got shot in the gas station for playing rap music too loud, and he went to jail and whatnot. And I think he had Jordan in his name, but that's not the same one. So DeAndre Harris got beat up at Charlottesville. Remember that, where they whooped the brother out, and then the police went and locked the brother up as well. Remember that, when the Charlottesville is where they killed the white girl nicknamed HH. It was Heather something. It wasn't Heather Hunter. It was Heather something, and they ran over her in a car. Coincidentally, HH is a symbol for Heil Hitler, and that's, symbolically speaking, that's like one of the quote unquote symbols and signs that the satanists who are masquerading as white supremacists, they're not white supremacists, they're Satanists. They utilize HH. So when you see HH all in the news and they ran over a woman with her name HH, I'm like, these are some slick ass sorcery wizards, bro. How did they manage to pull that one off? So this brother took a L, right? This brother took a L. He got whooped out. Then he got locked up, right? Then he got locked up. So DeAndre Harris was his name, and we get introduced to Merritt based off of DeAndre's case. Then with the murder of Jordan Edwards, right, where the police shot a 15-year-old black male. If somebody could go and look up what was the results of the Jordan Edwards case and put it in the chat, I would highly appreciate that. But Merritt was brought in as the Edwards family attorney, right? Then Merritt represented Marlon Gibson after he was arrested and charged for failing to identify himself and resisting arrest. He was only passing out business cards for his lawn care service, but he was misidentified as a suspect in a local string of burglaries. Doesn't that sound like Ahmaud Arbery, right? So Atiana Jefferson was fatally shot in her home by police in Fort Worth, Texas. I haven't heard about that case anymore. I haven't heard about what happened to that case, if anybody got locked up or anything, but he was the family attorney on that, right? And then they brought him in. He really got his name out there when they brought him in on Ahmed Arbery case, because I think Lee Daniels, or what's his name? The lead dude, Benjamin Crump wasn't available, so they threw this guy on there. So he's currently serving as a lawyer for the family of Ahmaud Arbery, who was jogging through Brunswick, Georgia, and got killed by 2 white men. And that was the beginning of the string of attacks that eventually cascaded and crescendoed with our good brother George Floyd. People forget the George Floyd situation was one of 3. Death comes in 3s. There was it was Ahmaud, and there was our good sister who Breonna Taylor, when her story got leaked out and whatnot, and then there was George Floyd, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But they were build we would build our they was building up the emotional canopy and whatnot, and George Floyd, the situation with George Floyd was what broke the water. Okay, so I think the white boys is going to stay in jail, and I think that they are going to be sentenced. They're going to be found guilty for something. You know what I mean? But with these lawyers, I don't know, because these are not criminal lawyers. These lawyers ain't into litigation and stuff like that. These are like civil rights lawyers. So activism. Look at his long record of activism. In 2017, Merritt, her father did pass away. Her father was the militant one who was speaking against apologizing. He was speaking against a lot of shit, and then he died mysteriously, right? And then the mother forgave the police anyway to get that bag. That's how that shit works. In 2017, Merritt appeared before the National Black Caucus of State Legislators at the 41st Annual Conference on a town hall panel to discuss mass incarceration. And he said, mass incarceration is a problem that must be addressed. Otherwise, we become a part of the problem due to inaction. You just figured that out in 2017, Mr. Merritt? Following the murders of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd in 2020, Merritt made various television appearances alongside the mother of Mr. Ahmaud to call attention to the broad issues of racial bias and policing in American society at large. This is his award in 2017, right? We're not talking about 2020. We're not talking about when he got this case for the sister, Miss Jefferson. We're talking about in 2017. Merritt was number 8 on the Route 100, a list honoring the top 10 most influential African Americans in the country ages 18 to 45. He was number 8 on a list of 100 in 2017. In his bio, Merritt is described as emerging as a new leader in the fight for racial justice, standing on the front lines of making sure people know that Black Lives Matter. He's a federal civil rights attorney, eligible to advocate in civil rights matters in all 50 states. Translation, nigga, I could get you a lawsuit. These are his practice areas. Civil rights violation. You violated my civil rights as a crayon. Corporate discrimination. You didn't let Red Pill wear his locks to work. You violated my locks rights, right? Police brutality. Oh, you made the handcuffs too tight. You beat me up at the traffic stop. Premise liability. Racial violence. Birth injuries. You hurt me at birth. Personal injuries. Nigga, I'm hurt. Call Lee. You know what I'm saying? Imagine his commercial. Call Lee if you have a birth injury or you've been a victim of racial violence. If they violated your civil rights and corporately discriminated against you, call Lee, General Lee, if you know what's right. Dun, 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 dun. Who could create the jingle? We could get some money out this nigga. He's the look at his website like a mixtape. The nation's top attorney, 40 under 40. Doom, doom, doom. I wish I had my sound effects. I would play the fucking drums for this guy. Nation's top activist attorney 2019. I didn't know that they had activist attorneys now. One of 4 top civil rights lawyers. I'm going to get you some silver, nigga, and get your rights back civilly. Nation Builder Award. Oh, he's building a nation? Okay. What nation is he in? The nation of civil? Top 10 most influential African Americans under 40. You don't say. I just heard of him. So this is the definition of an ambulance chaser. So we could be clear as to what the mother was saying about the ambulance chasers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we need the law and order because somebody. I'm gonna look it up after. I'm gonna get the sound effect. We damn my father love him some law and order. Dun 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 dun. Ambulance chaser, a lawyer who specializes in bringing cases seeking damages for personal injury. Ambulance chasing. Ambulance chasing or barratry is a term which refers to a lawyer soliciting for clients at a disaster site. The term ambulance chasing comes from the stereotype of lawyers who follow ambulances to the emergency room to find clients. Ambulance chaser is used as a derogatory term for a personal injury lawyer. This nigga is an injury lawyer. Who is he? He's the Black Jacobian Myers. You understand? Do you see what's happening? It's a fucking takeover in the melanation of Jacobia and Myers. It's a coup d'etat. This nigga and Benjamin and Al Sharpton playing Geppetto, they try to take over Jacoby and Myers. These are some old snazzy ass ambulance chasers. These some fly ass civil rights attorneys. They get you a motherfucking bag, I tell you. You know what I'm talking about? He graduated from Fender Benders, baby. You know what I mean? You better hit his DM up. Welcome to Jacoby and Myers. Jacoby and Myers is America's leading full-service consumer law firm with offices throughout the U.S. It's our goal to make the legal system more accessible and more affordable for everybody, and will evaluate your case or legal matter for free. We have experienced attorneys to handle many legal needs, including personal injury, dangerous drugs, defective products, criminal defense, and more. Jacoby and Myers is proud to celebrate more than 45 years of helping people get the justice and compensation they deserve. Please, this is a fucking commercial. This just sounds like an 800 commercial. What's up with your mans, though? Because niggas is saying that he's boule, but goddamn it, we don't gotta speculate. Because I said before, we don't live in a speculative world anymore. You gotta bring the motherfucking receipts. This nigga is Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and the Psi is short for psyops. Let's be clear. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump will speak on campus for an event titled Know Your Rights, Knowledge for Your Soul. Oh shit. Hosted by the brothers of Omega Psi Phi fraternity on Wednesday in Goldstein Auditorium, known for working on high-profile cases, including representing the families of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown Jr., Crump's Tallahassee-based law firm has become a nationally renowned practice for civil rights cases, not criminal cases. This is Jacoby and Myers. Okay? Crump, a North Carolina native, graduated from Florida State University in 92 with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Nigga went to FSU. Is that a fucking football school or something? He continued his studies there, subsequently receiving a Juris Doctorate in 95. Crump is also a lifetime member of Omega Psi or Pi or Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Right? So Crump the Greek. We got Crump the Greek. Okay? During his visit, Crump will discuss his life and personal struggles fighting against racial justice. La la la. Okay? La la la. All right. So this is the Omega Sci-Fi roll call. These are the members that they have. These are just some of the members that they have in their ranks, right? These are some of the members that they have in their ranks. First name that hopped out, nigga, is Jesse Jackson Jr. and Jesse Jackson Sr. Vernon Jordan. But Khalid Abdul Muhammad was also Theta Sigma. I shaded that brother. Okay? Hank Johnson, Benjamin Hooks, Nathan Hare, Roger Gregory. Yeah. Benjamin Lloyd Ben Crump, born October 10th, 69, is an American attorney who specializes in civil rights and catastrophic personal injury cases. Did they say anything about criminal? He specializes in civil rights and catastrophic personal injury cases, right? His practice has focused on cases such as Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and George Floyd, the people poisoned during Flint water, and the plaintiffs behind the 2019 Johnson & Johnson baby powder lawsuit alleging the company's talcum powder product led to ovarian cancer diagnoses. Crump is also founder of the Tallahassee, Florida-based law firm Ben Crump Law. In 2020, Crump became the attorney for the families of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and Jacob Blake. Ongoing cases surrounding their killings or injuries led to protests against police brutality in America as well as internationally. Right? So we got Hank Johnson, Vernon Jordan, right? Michael Morgan, Baynard Rustin, who was the leader in social movements for civil rights, socialism, pacifism, and gay rights. Bayard Rustin was the dude behind MLK. Literally, pause. Baynard Rustin was the dude in bed with all of those white men who were financing and putting up the bread for the civil rights movement. Okay, they're all fraternal. Roy Wilkins, president of the NAACP, also alumni. Okay, right? Check them out. These are mostly all lawyers, judges, the founder of the Rainbow Coalition, of course, Messy Jesse, who is also Pi Psi, attorneys, right? Surgeons, judges, diplomats, secretaries of housing. These are all government people, right? All of these people work within the system, not to bring it down. These niggas have seats at the table. Yeah, he was the one who wrote MLK's speeches, Baynard, right? So who's the man behind a $12 million Breonna Taylor settlement? Black America's Attorney General, Benjamin Crump. This nigga's an ambulance chaser, and now he's a fucking personal injury lawyer. We went from what's my guy? We went from what's the legend? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. We went from Johnny Cochran to this nigga. We went from Johnny Cochran to homie to personal injury lawyers. Everyone is injured at some point. It's a fact of life. Oh, that's deep. However, when the injury you sustain isn't your fault, it's only fair that you shouldn't have to bear the cost. I'm feeling to go. I'm in Texas. I'm gonna go slip somewhere tomorrow and call Benjamin Crump. I'm gonna just fall down in a Korean nail shop, and we just gonna call Benjamin because I think that I want to be a part of his movement. This is called personal injury law. Benjamin Crump is an experienced personal injury attorney who will fight to help you recover compensation for your injuries. I'm gonna just let my Mac. When we finish this, I'm gonna close my Apple computer and just let it fall on my foot because Apple is $1 trillion company. Benjamin finna get me some ones. This is the new stimmy, nigga. This is the new stimmy. This is the real stimmy. Look at this. How many cases has Benjamin Crump won? 200 cases. Crump has won over 200 cases relating to police brutality, with his firm earning a third of each settlement. What? Did you hear that? Crump has won over 200 cases relating to police brutality, with his firm earning a third of each settlement. Here's some of his cases. This is where we get introduced to Benjamin, right? It's all about the Benjamins. In 2015, Crump represented the family of Antonio Zambrano Montes, an undocumented immigrant from Mexico who was killed by 3 police in Pasco, Washington. In 2015, he represented the family of Kendrick Johnson, an African American high school student who was found dead at his school in Valdosta, Georgia, under mysterious circumstances, but stepped down from their legal team in late 2015. In late 2015, Crump began representing the family of Corey Jones, who was killed by a plainclothes officer while waiting for a tow truck in South Florida. Right? So they reopened the case of Kendrick Johnson and they got a new lawyer, I'm assuming, and the case has been reopened. So we're going to see where that goes. But as you can see, he stepped down really from a case that was really that was an easy fucking case. They killed that boy and rolled his ass up in a gym mat and had his ass decomposing and whatnot. I think they might even have removed some of his organs. I don't know what the fuck, but it was heinous. Somebody said if he won 200 cases, cops would be in jail. He's not a criminal attorney. I'm trying to explain to you. He's here to help you niggas get a settlement. He's not a criminal attorney. Yeah, they took all of his organs. The brother Kendrick Johnson. He's not a criminal attorney. He's there to get you a settlement. That's the only did you see anything about him being he graduated as one, but when you read up on his law firm, they're there to get they're Jacoby and Myers. He's a bag lawyer. He's an ambulance chaser. Nobody's going to jail. When Crump comes in, I wish that nigga showed up and I was the defendant. I'd be like, nigga, we good. This nigga's not going to get us guilty. It's fucking Benjamin Crump. Sign him a check. Go swipe the American Express. In 2016, Crump began representing the family of Terrence Clutcher, an unarmed black man shot and killed by Tulsa police officer. That police officer did not get found guilty and walked off. Crump got them a settlement. Crump announced, remember, he began representing the family of Terrence Crutcher. Do you know what that means when he's representing the family? That's not a criminal case. Representing the family means I'm coming for the lawsuit. I'm coming for you violating his civil rights. So I'm looking for a settlement. I'm going to help the family get a settlement. I'm an ambulance chaser and I get a third of the fucking bag. So he's going to chase all of these cases because his law firm that he started in 2017, Crump announced the opening of a new law firm, Ben Crump Law PLLC. I don't even, what the fuck is a PLLC? I know what an LLC is. Could somebody explain what a PLLC is? So he started his law firm and then he started chasing more ambulance. In 2018, he represented the family of Zeke Upshaw in a wrongful death suit after Upshaw, an NBA G League player, collapsed mid-game and was delayed assistance by NBA's paramedics. In 2018, he became a board member for the National Black Justice Coalition. In 2019, he partnered with law firms Pentis and Mullins to hold a number of rallies in Flint, Michigan for communities affected by Flint water crisis. In 19, he began representing a number of plaintiffs in a lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson, alleging that the company's talc powder was directly related to said plaintiffs' ovarian cancer diagnoses. In 2020, he started working with the family of Ahmaud Arbery. That's not the criminal case. So he was not responsible for getting them people locked up. He's working with the families. Do you know what that means? He's working for the lawsuits. Not the family don't got nothing to do with the criminal case. You don't see in a court of law the family of Ahmaud Arbery versus the killers. That's not that you niggas watch 8,000 episodes of LA Law and all and the shit with Ice-T and LL in it, CSI and all of that and dun dun dun. That nigga, when you work with the family, that's for a settlement. That's not criminal. That's negotiating a fucking settlement. That's called a shakedown. This nigga's a shakedown artist. And Messy Jesse and all of them, that's what they used to do. They would shake down corporations. The only thing is he's shaking it down. He's shaking down the police and other situations and whatnot. Okay, the PLLC is Professional Limited Liability Company. It's like that LLC company except run by licensed professionals like doctors and lawyers. I appreciate that. Professional Limited Liability Company. Okay, now that I know that, let us continue. So he started with Ahmaud Arbery. Then around the same time, the family of police shooting victim Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old African-American woman, retained Crump for the family's lawsuit alleging excessive force and gross negligence by the Louisville Metro Police Department. In May 2020, Crump began representing the family of George Floyd, right? In a 2-day span in August 2020, Crump was among counsel retained to represent the families of Trayford Pellerin, a 31-year-old African-American killed by police in Lafayette, Louisiana, and Jacob Blake, a 29-year-old African-American shot 7 times by the police in Wisconsin while his children was in the car, right? So this nigga's been getting to the fucking bag. You know what I'm talking about? Because every case that I named, he done got a check for these. He done got bags for them, and his company retains third of it. He's worth $5 million. I bet you he is. He's become the go-to attorney for racial justice. He said, "I feel like I'm running out of time." Yeah, I could imagine. He's like, shit, I want to live a few more years because this shit right here is paying. I'm getting to the bag. I'm running out of time. You know what I'm talking about? He wish he started this a lot earlier. So that was just a brief, breakdown of these people. So if y'all have any situations where you looking for a bag, Benjamin is your man. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, I'm finna I'm finna find me an Apple product, and I'm suing Apple, and I'm gonna call Benjamin because he's gonna get me the bag. You know, so that's what the young man's mother is talking about. She's observing. She's like, these niggas is just clout chasing. They for the camera. They're not really giving us no justice. They're giving us settlements. What the fuck is a settlement? So, like I said on Brother Richard's show, this is the poor man's lottery. You know what I mean? This is the dead man's stimmy. You know what I mean? This is the dead man's stimmy. This is the poor man's lottery. So once they start throwing all of this money around, they're going to dehumanize and they're going to desensitize, they're going to take away the quest for any type of justice. People are just going to be like, look, if they kill one of my family members, I guess 27 million ain't bad. You know what I mean? I mean, 27 million to kind of make me forget this shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I might forget this. I might shut up because you're going to sign a gag order and yeah. Okay, Oliver was found guilty of Edward's murder and he was sentenced to 15 years. Ashe. You know, wasn't George Floyd Freemasons? I mean, yeah. That's what's been said. And it gives you an understanding why some of these lawyers will be retained to these families because the lawyers are Freemasons. So if you kill somebody, Trayvon Martin's father was a Freemason. So the fact that he might have popped up, I didn't see them say anything. Did they say that he was in Trayvon's case? I didn't necessarily see that. Or was it Lee Merritt? But these lawyers are fraternal. They're in these fraternities and whatnot. So the fraternities are definitely tied into the Masonic organization. So yeah, it's a vicious cycle. Prince Hall out this motherfucker. You know? So that was just my little research that I wanted to show y'all. You could do with it what you may. You know, it is what it is. You know, we in a deaf culture. So niggas is treating death like an NFT. And yeah, all oath takers. You know what I'm saying? They all taking oaths to somebody. It ain't you. You know, I'm just gonna remind the family that this is coming up. I don't want y'all to forget. I know we have a lot of stuff on our mind, but March 31st, which is right around the corner, I'm gonna be digging in, and I might have someone teaching some of these. I'm hosting it. Not to say I'm gonna be teaching every single one of these topics. There's people out here who are more professionally trained than I am, or we might teach it together because we could bounce off of each other. Because I'm well versed in all of these categories based off of me being in school this winter. I've been in school, my niggas. I've been in YouTube Academy, Chicago Crypto. I've been in his classes. I've been in a few other people's classes. I got white people that I've been tapping into. I got black people that I've been tapping into. 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Affirmative. And it's going to be all the way to midnight, which would be April 1st. So you're going to be in class for a month. You're going to get out of it. It's going to be a new month. You know what I'm talking about? Eastern Star. Well, you know, that's Bay. That's, you know, the niggas need a female representatives. So the Eastern Stars, they got a super duper network as well. They're the glorified help. You know what I mean? You got women judges, lawyers. You know, what's the sister Olivia Pope? Yeah, shit like that. Condoleezza Rice type shit. You know what I'm talking about? These are glorified handmaids. You know, who will do the bidding of their sisters and their brothers, their Prince Hall brothers. If they say get them, they got them. They say get them, they gonna get them. what happened to the Nick Cannon. Go and Google Nick Cannon nowadays, and you'll see what happened to the Dr. Sebi movie. Just go Google what's up with Nick Cannon these days, and then you'll see what happened to the movie. They broke that nigga's back. He got buck broken. I wouldn't even want to see the movie if he put it out. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even want to, because I can imagine what he did to chop it up to make it appealing to the small hats. I do not want to see that movie because it's gonna be ugly what he did to it. I'm ready to say if he put it out, then it's on and popping. Like it should be hands off. We should start a petition to tell him to give it up. To don't even put it out. Don't put it out. Just give the footage up. Right? Don't put it out. Just give the footage up, but don't put that movie out with your name on it because you're going to be attached to Dr. Sebi's name if you put that movie out. And I don't think spiritually Dr. Sebi is cool with that. Dr. Sebi did not, he had a very, very, very adverse reaction to coons. He did not fuck with niggas that was cooning one bit. If you apologize, if you was buck breaking, if you was tap dancing, if you was on some funny shit, you would get this. He would give you the cold shoulder. He would give you the cold shoulder. And if y'all are in sororities, don't think I'm taking shots at you. If you're an Eastern Star, don't think that I'm judging you. I'm not. You don't, this is something, you don't know. You didn't know what you was getting into. You know what I'm talking about? But I would just say that open up your third eye, keep a lot of the information to yourself, but peep that shit. See what's going on. You know what I mean? See what's going on. I see y'all in y'all white shoes and whatnot with the matching skirt, with the white fez. I'm not judging you. You know what I mean? I'm not judging you. And then he took it. And then you think Nip would feel honored to see what he did? I can't wait to throw that in his face. You took that from Nip. Nip got murdered in cold blood, homie. You picked that up from Nip. You said that you wanted to carry his legacy. I don't give a fuck what was happening. You're supposed to stand on that. Your honor has been snatched. You know what I mean? There's no other way around that, bro. That shit's supposed to have been out. You said you evoked Nipsey's name. You invoked Nipsey's name. You needed to leave that alone if you wasn't built like that, homie. You disgraced Nipsey and Sebi. To be honest, how I feel. Fuck out of here. So yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah, Sebi wasn't down with those attachments. He would not co-sign him attaching, because he'll be tethered to him forever if he puts out the documentary, and he'll get rich off of Dr. Sebi's legacy, and that's not something that I'm very comfortable with, seeing how homie is moving and whatnot. That's not sexy to me. No bueno. No bueno. Yeah. You know what? Alchemy's hard. I might send you a face roller because you've been on the road. You damn right that's what happened. That Dr. Sebi, who was an ancestor, he stopped that shit. Because after the trailer came out, he was like, hell to the no. A lot of things have happened where I've said it publicly. I'm like, bro, if y'all don't know, because imagine how powerful Sebi was alive. So where the fuck you think he is right now in the ancestor realm? He's still making moves in this realm. He's very powerful. So he stopped that shit. He was like, nah, cut. He's salt bait. Sprinkle some shit. Sprinkle some Himalaya salt on that shit. You know what I mean? Let's slow this shit down because I'm not feeling this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He probably, nah. It's like, nah. Slow that. So the ancestors is twisting that shit into pieces. You know, he's responsible. I give it up to the great ones. You know what I mean? You know, they make shit. They make moves. They make moves. So on the other side, yeah, they make senior moves on the other side. Shit different. Shit different. So with that being said, I will tap in next Monday. Melanin Monday. I'll see y'all. I'm going to tap out. Tired, and I gotta get up early. I was gonna go hang out, but it's too late. All right. But it's been a pleasure, though. I really did enjoy myself tonight. Thank you, all of y'all who were contributing and giving us information. I love, like I said, the chat room is always beautiful. Y'all are so intelligent. Y'all diligent. Y'all are alert. I'll be pulling the late hours with niggas. Like, y'all very alert. And I know all of y'all are not on the West Coast, so that means a lot. That means that y'all up, y'all ready, y'all still, your synapses is going off, and that's peace. And that's peace. You know what I'm talking about? So love and light, stay dangerous, stay focused, stay vigilant, stay militant, stay healthy, stay wealthy. You know what I'm talking about? And stay blissed up. All right? And we will see each other again. Peace.